Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Oshman from Always Off Brand. Good to be here on Talk Commerce. And Brent Peterson and I, we joined up and recorded this great episode with Robert Rand from iPaaS at Shoptoberfest, presented by Shopware Fresh. I tried to do that, Brent, just like you do. Look forward to this episode. We had a great time. I learned a ton. I'm basically going to be iPaaSing everything in my life. I hope you enjoy it. Over to you, Brent.
This is Brent from Talk Commerce and Scott
From Always Off Brand.
and we are here at Shoptoberfest,
Woo!
sponsored by Shopware. It's fresh.
It's fresh? Is that a new tagline you just came up with?
We did that in the...
Oh, we did?
Yeah, did you remember that?
God,
fresh.
that cracked me up, Brent Peterson. Jesus, you
Shopware
cracked
is
me
fresh.
up. That's right. That was a funny bit, Ben.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore. All right, so we have Robert Rand here.
Do we?
Yes.
Are ours in the house?
Not from the Rand Corporation.
Oh,
I know that
hey
you
now.
tried to make that joke.
No, you did.
Yes. Robert, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you're with, why you're here at Shoptoberfest.
Oh, well, I'm Robert Rand. I head up partnerships and alliances at iPaaS.com, integration platform as a service.
There you go.
Integration.
I explained that
you
earlier.
did,
I
but
got
I
it right, didn't I?
Now, see, but you got to. I can't understand that. That's Robert. You got a plain. I'm a plain guy. I grew up in Iowa. Went to Arizona State. Jokes later. You got to just. What the hell does that mean?
You shopped at Yonkers.
I did. Yes, I shopped at Yonkers, a great department store. I don't know if they're around anymore. But Robert, if I'm e-commerce, I'm either B2B, D2C, it doesn't matter. What do I need from iPaaS? What do I need from you?
What do you need from iPaaS? Well, you've got a tech stack. You've got
Yes, I do.
an e-commerce platform. You've got something for accounting, an
Yes.
ERP. Maybe
Yes.
if you're retail, you've got point of sale.
Complicated.
You've got CRM. You've got
Yes.
a product information management system, different software for fulfillment.
Totally.
And at the end of the day, you need all that software talking together. You need to break down those silos and get your customers, orders, products all flowing together.
Fix all of that?
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Genius.
Yeah,
Genius.
Think of it as that multi-tool that is the central point where you plug everything in. Or think of it as your recording board where all the things go into one place.
Listener, Brent is now charading.
I'm going all over the place.
We're playing Pictionary with Brent.
Yeah, nobody can see me.
No, see,
Even I can't see him, and I'm sitting right next to him.
You don't need to mansplain it, Brent. He explained it perfectly.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you regretting this invite? Accepting the invite now,
Every
Robert?
time he comes on my show, he says, "God, why did I do this?"
Yeah.
Usually, it takes until we get to one of the dad jokes.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's just upsetting that it didn't start with me.
Okay, so this is vital. This is a critical situation right now. What'd you do?
Absolutely, and it only becomes more critical the more that all these businesses are evolving, the more software they wind up with, the more that they need the software interconnected. Now, even as we look forward toward AI and other things, that only really helps when you're getting your data where it needs to be, when you're pulling it all together and seeing all the insights in one place. And so we see it as really, just this critical point in a business where, for years and years, they've been paying system integrators to do it all custom. They've been using legacy, integration platforms where they've got to write custom software in the middle to get it all going. And here we give one nice user-friendly platform to keep it all moving in a proactive way, not just trying to build a connector from here to there every time you need something, but something that'll grow with you.
Yeah,
Yes.
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 I mean, preach. You need a hallelujah for that.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I love to use Control-C, Control-V. That's my integration system.
Wow, we have a gentleman listener. The person to the right of us has
You know,
just
the good
climbed
news
through a
is that
window.
we're recording all this on video as well. We're going to get that.
Fantastic.
We're going to get the guy literally climbing through the window behind Scott.
I mean, I just passed like 7 doors to the room that he was climbing through. Can you come on and explain that? I should get her. We have an open mic.
We should get some pretzels.
We should get some pretzels. Anyway, back to you, Robert. This sounds interesting. So I'm envisioning like a big like electrical panel like at your house, like everything kind of plugs in there and the panel just makes it all work.
Well, that's really at the heart of it what it is. It's very flexible because different businesses are going to have different fields of data, different types of product data,
yes.
different things, but you really want standards in the process. You don't want to have to build that thing from scratch and build you an electrical panel with your own machine tooling.
Yes.
You want something that you can put in there and get the right breakers and get the right instrumentation and get it right quickly and easily. And so that's what we deliver on. It's the ability to get up and running quickly and maintain it and evolve with it and turn off spokes to our hub and turn on new ones and roll with the punches, really. And I think one of the critical points that we work really hard to continually deliver on is not just being able to turn on an integration, but then it's what happens the day after when you put a typo in your data somewhere. You can't just have an order not get to the warehouse and not get fulfilled. It's being proactive in that process too, making it all easy, giving you real-time notifications.
I get this. This hits so deep to me. Brent, I told you this was your interview, but he's really
You're doing much better than me.
Am I?
You guys are doing great. I'm just going to sit and watch.
He's speaking my language.
Yes. I'm just going to piggyback on one thing he said just about the custom data and the custom integrations, because I was involved in a system where one error, one typo would kill everything.
Oh my God.
And so all orders would stop, and then you've got to figure out where did the order stop and why did it stop. And everything going to the warehouse would stop working.
I spent years and years when I had my own shop, years and years, and a bazillion dollars, I'm embarrassed to say, to be frank, of trying to automate a system, and it was creating custom things, and it basically, if one rule was out, if one column was changed, the data flow was screwed.
Yep.
And it happened all the time, and then we put in if-thens, and we tried to basically solve out, right? We rooted out.
And you're trying to do that for every single
Yes,
client,
yes.
For every single business. For the SIs, it turns out that the dealing with all that, so they get paid for all of that, but it's very hard to retain a customer, keep them happy, and for the systems integrator, everything's an emergency. That
Exactly.
left and right, that they've got to stop everything that they're doing to put out fires. It's not healthy for anyone in the system in that way. You want to be able to, wash, rinse, repeat, and be working on the next thing that brings value, not digging in and finger pointing. We find that most of the time with integrations, something doesn't work. The customer calls, hey, where's my order? What's going on? And then everybody scrambles, and 2 weeks later, you've got 4 teams on a call together, duking it out, pointing fingers, fighting about it.
More meetings helps. Definitely, always helps.
Always.
Let's back up for a minute, because our last guest had a Whiskers. It was Whiskers,
Oh,
right?
yes.
They had a cat
yes.
litter box.
If you haven't listened to that episode, check it out.
This one,
Shane from Whiskers.
We're gonna this is going to be one after the other. So let's give this to Robert. Let's say this guy has multiple channels. How is he going to connect all these different channels together? He's either going to hardwire it together, or he's going to have some kind of platform that allows all these channels to come into one place, right?
That's fine, Robert. You talk about it, and then I'm going to throw holes.
No, I'm sorry, Brent.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And he's frank. He said he was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or at least he was going to be. Yeah.
Go ahead, Robert. I need you to reply to that comment by Brent.
Well, I think, the other... I'm going to try to take it seriously, right? The other piece that, that's traditionally...
This is serious. I'm envisioning 8,000 cords going into one panel and one going out.
Well, because normally you'd have one cord going between each, and imagine like a phone system where you've got, for every user, for every household and every business, a different cord to every other.
Yes.
And that's how it's been for years and years. The way that we operate, it's a one-to-many. You get, let's say, an e-commerce order comes down into our hub, and that can instantaneously flow to as many places as you need, maybe to your marketing stack for your marketers to send them messages that are going to trigger based on it. It's going to go to your CRM for your sales team. It's going to go to your ERP for accounting, to your point of sale for store pickup, to some fulfillment warehouse system, shipping system. And so not having to go to the same platform over and over and over again for the same data, and not having to reset that up over and over, because that's where a lot of businesses, they give up. That it becomes too expensive, too cumbersome, and that they get some core stuff and then it all stops. And what we're seeing is that when you simplify this and standardize it, now they can think about what comes next. They can, if they're a retailer, they can be thinking about not just store pickup, but hey, how do we have a loyalty program in store and online that's synchronized so that it's seamless for the shopper? Gift cards that are seamless between the different sales channels, and really getting into the next level and competing and meeting the shopper where they want to be. And on the operations side, being able to really deal with, if you can shave a few % off of operating costs, it's huge.
Big.
And really just being able to be more creative in that moment.
I'm in. I love
Let's do
this.
it.
I love this.
He's got me.
I had you at hello.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Sign me up, because
Not only do I already own 20 timeshares, but now I have a full iPass system.
I'm telling you, people are apped out. Even you name the platform, okay? We're here at Shopware. I don't care what platform. We are apped out. We at Quickfire, we take over. We go into these little tiny businesses, right? They've already got so much garbage. They got so much Hazarai. They got so much crap on the back end.
What's Hazarai?
Hazarai is just a bunch of shit
that a
that you don't
Yiddish
need.
term?
It is.
Yiddish. Yeah. You got a bunch of Hazarai. Don't you know Hazarai?
No.
Yeah.
We've already discussed this. I'm a Lutheran, so
They have so much.
everything is stoic. to me.
Again,
The Hazarai is like you're pigging out, that
Yeah.
you've just got all this excess
and
that
it's
you
in
don't
the-
need and you
and
should
again,
never.
Yes, exactly. And you got Drek in there, and you got good stuff. You got other things. So anyway,
Drek.
Drek is just bad. You want to stay away from Drek.
Okay.
Drek is a bad ingredient, and you could have schmutz. Now schmutz is different than Drek. Robert, am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right.
Schmutz.
Schmutz.
Some
Schmutz.
dirt.
Okay.
Dreck,
All right.
now you're talking trash. Get out of yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, I don't know
I'll
where
be
I
your
was going.
translator. It's
My,
okay.
my
Thank you.
point is that all of these businesses have so much. In every, I swear to God, we have, we just have a normal situation. No, you don't. It seems like every situation is custom. It feels custom.
Yeah, and not to sell Robert's
No,
solution,
please,
but it takes some of the custom out of it because you only have to do that one little channel.
Yeah.
And oftentimes they will have built-in connectors for
Yeah,
something that exists already, so you don't have to reinvent it.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing, and our previous guest was on Magento. Magento's very well known for being able to do whatever you want to do, and so you can custom write whatever you want to whatever system, and oftentimes that's what the developer chooses, right? So what Robert was saying, and I don't want to take words out of your mouth,
But you will.
Yes, but I'm going to anyways. Is there a good word for this one? It's not schmutz, right?
No, it's not schmutz.
It's. Can you give me a word? it's-
You're quelling right now.
Yeah.
You're quelling a little
Quelling.
bit.
Thank you.
Quelling is like you're just happy. You just joy is coming out of you.
Quelling.
Overwhelmed with joy.
Yeah.
It's just oozing
Yeah.
out.
So
Yeah.
happy about iPass.
Well, but in all seriousness, you've got a marketplace with these integrations to start from.
It's only going to get
and-
bigger.
Oh, we just keep
So
growing
you
it more
seriously connect to everything and everybody?
and more. We're on the path to that. We connect with a lot of different systems, and we're always adding more. And we've got an open SDK, so if somebody's using something unusual, something
They can do
bespoke,
that.
they can add it, and it can then talk to all the other systems all at once with all the error handling and all the good features. And when you look at how we're operating it, so marketplace, you have integrations, there's these data maps to start from. So if you think product data, you're thinking usually the product SKU, the price, the inventory, the product description, what everybody has. And then you can come in and add your unique fields. So if you're selling cell phones and you've got fields that talk about the screen size and how many gigabytes and how long the battery life is and what carriers it's good for, you can add those in and map those. And so that can then flow everywhere. And so you're just dealing with the last mile of it. You're not trying to deal with all the APIs by yourself and all
God.
the craziness.
Kvelts?
Quelling.
Quelling.
You're quelling.
I feel good right now.
Don't you?
I feel like I'm quelling.
This just hit my brain, and I'm gonna ask you if iPaaS is this. Maybe this is on the product line architecture on the roadmap, right? How do you feel about taking all the streaming services and just put them freaking together and iPaaS that shit into one goddamn thing? Basically, recreate cable except for streamers. What do you think?
I like the idea. I hate having to pivot between different apps to figure out which show is on which. I'm always Googling what's on what for my kids, and yeah.
And when do
I
your
like
kids
this idea.
not be on your Netflix? How
No,
old is
I
it?
they kicked their ass out. They're out.
Okay.
I kicked them out. And then they
My
came
kids
to.
opted out,
We
which
talked
is
about
very
this.
nice.
We talked about them on the show. They came to dinner. They lived near us. $2, $27.25. They lived together. They come up and they had a whole because they got kicked out of Netflix. So they had a whole pitch on a Sunday dinner. So you can add, a new member for $7.99 a month, and Annabelle and I are thinking about we'll split that $7.99 and we'll give that to you. And I'm like, no, you're dead to me.
Wow. Over Netflix. It was
Yeah.
Hulu for us.
Well,
but-
I was projecting.
Yes.
I had some other feelings. God, there's so many bangs. It's like a herd of buffalo in here in your headphones.
Sounds
Listener,
good.
I hope that
All right,
is
so
enjoyable.
We have to
gotta-
ask Robert, what is his outlook for this quarter four? Like, what do you see as the
Yeah,
next
what's
big
the
thing?
big deal,
Is there-
Robert?
besides Shopware,
Besides Shopware.
Yeah.
Well, we hosted a brunch this morning with Pimcore and Shopware, and where we were really
Ooh,
focusing
hey
on
now.
the product data as the star, because often that's still living in spreadsheets and it's a mess, and and that really it impacts the bottom line. That that it's an operational nightmare, and everybody's always a few steps behind. It's interesting in Europe. Where there's so many countries with so many languages and so many currencies, and they're more advanced with having to already have some kind of software to manage all that stuff, where the U.S. is catching up in a lot of ways. And so we see that as an interesting arena. We're still seeing a ton of B2B organizations, manufacturers, distributors, wholesalers that still haven't really
Oh, my God.
gotten where they need to be in e-com, that they're still years behind, and so that's still a major frontier. And so we're seeing a lot of different areas all at once that all kind of tie in together.
Now, just between you and me, who's your competitor? Is there somebody else that has this little magic wand? They just fly and they just connect everything.
Like, we're not going to publish this
I
part.
mean, just we're talking amongst friends here, Robert. I feel like you and I.
There are a lot of legacy integration platforms that
Okay.
cost a lot more money and that are a lot less user-friendly, and that are really, most of the time, they give you a framework to create an integration,
Okay.
and then you have to write it all as a blob of code, and good luck with the next guy figuring that out. Good
No,
luck
I want-
figuring out the errors. But, traditionally, the other players in the market are companies like Celigo, Jitterbit, Boomi, MuleSoft, Patchworks. There's all kinds of companies in this space. There's the basic of the basic, like a Zapier, huge company, and great when you need to get a couple of fields flowing around.
Yeah.
And but to find a hub and spoke platform like us that's really going to make it, more sustainable, more proactive. I don't really run into direct competition. That
Wow.
we've created a new segment in the category.
Wow, hold on. I got a sound effect for that.
That was easy.
Did you hear it?
That was easy.
Did you hear it?
I heard it.
Yeah, that was
All right,
easy.
before Robert
Okay.
goes, because we have to let Robert go.
Yeah,
now.
we do. We're
we have
running
to
out
let
of-
him go.
we're
We
running
have
out-
to do a
running out of
selfie.
time. Okay.
We missed a
Nice.
selfie in the last.
I
person.
know. Hold on one second. That's
Prost.
fantastic. Prost. Robert, it's nice to meet you, man.
Robert Rand from iPass.
iPass.
Very good to see you.
I like. You know
We're
what?
here at Shoptoberfest, sponsored by
Shopware. You know what? I'm gonna iPass that shit. Anytime I need an easy button, I just I want to put some stuff in and out or whatever. I'm just gonna iPass it.
I'm gonna iPass that shit.
I'm gonna iPass that shit. All right, thanks for coming in. We'll talk to you next time here from Shoptoberfest. Brent Peterson, Scott Austin. Oh, bye-bye.
This is Brent from Talk Commerce, and I want to introduce you to the future of e-commerce, Shopware.com. Shopware isn't just keeping up with the times, they're defining them. As one of the first platforms to integrate AI into the core, Shopware now offers dozens of AI-powered features to supercharge your success. But that's not all. Shopware is pioneering the next frontier of online shopping, spatial commerce. Imagine allowing your customers to interact with your products in 3D or use augmented reality to see how items look in their own space. This isn't science fiction, it's happening right now with Shopware. We're talking about 3D product visualization, virtual showrooms, and immersive shopping experiences that blur the line between digital and physical. The results? Increased customer engagement, fewer returns, and a competitive edge that puts you light years ahead. Shopware is seeing up to a 200% increase in customer engagement and a 70% fewer returns rate with these technologies. Whether you're in B2B or B2C, Shopware's spatial commerce features are a game changer. From streamlining complex product sales to creating innovative metaverse business models, the possibilities are endless. Don't let your e-commerce strategy get left behind. Step into the future with Shopware.com. Visit shopware.com today and discover how AI and spatial commerce can transform your business.
Talk Commerce is a production of Content Basis, LLC. For more creative content, go to contentbasis.io.